The two people before us had been trapped in a stairwell for 35 years. The vending machine there restocked itself every single day. That was how they survived, living off whatever it offered. But the two of them couldn't be more different. The old man's mental state had long since crumbled. He spent his days just waiting to die. But Jack held on through sheer willpower, working out every single day, puncturing water bottles to wash himself, grooming in front of a mirror pieced together from nail clippers, combing his hair with a brush he had fashioned from a toothbrush. Then he would change into a clean shirt and say his prayers. What he prayed to was the backpack he had brought in on day one because everything inside it restocked itself along with the machine. The piles of cash inside never got a second glance from him. But 35 years ago, Jack and his brother had been fleeing the police after a robbery. During the chase, his brother took a bullet to the leg. Then without warning, an explosion rang out from somewhere outside before anyone could make sense of it. The officer noticed a small clump of shredded hair on his collar shortly after. When the officer tried to escort them out, he found the front door was locked from the inside. He turned around and discovered a staircase going even further down beneath the first floor. When they looked down, the stairs seemed to go on forever. When the officer looked up, the sign clearly read first floor. Yet somehow they were standing on the 9th, unable to believe any of it. Just like that, all three of them were completely trapped inside that stairwell with no medical supplies. His brother, who had been shot in the leg, died there not long after. In the meantime, the officer discovered a vending machine in the stairwell. And strangely enough, no matter what they took from it the day before, by the next morning it was fully stocked again. That machine kept them alive for 35 years straight. Then one night, the officer was hit with a blinding headache and collapsed to the floor in that haze. It was as if everything finally became clear to him. He said this kind of loop he had lived through once before when he was 10 years old. He and his family had been on a road trip when his stepdad carelessly gave his little sister a sip of guava juice. His mom checked the label and found it contained lemon juice. His sister's asthma flared up immediately. In the rush, his stepdad accidentally broke her inhaler. They had to turn around right away. They had clearly pulled out of a gas station, but after driving for a while, there it was again. The same gas station a third time, a fourth, a fifth. They had no choice but to accept it. This road had no end. His stepdad decided to cut across the open land to find someone nearby who could help. His stepdad had walked east, but eventually came back from the west. And just like that, they were trapped there for 35 years. The two adults lost all will to go on. They binged on everything from the store and ballooned in size. But the boy stayed strong. He survived on wild cactus, climbed and trained every day, and slowly grew into a fine young man. On this day, it was his sister's memorial. They gathered at her grave to pay their respects. Suddenly, the old man grabbed his head in agony. He collapsed to the ground, screaming. The man rushed over and asked what was wrong. The old man looked as if something had just clicked, as if he finally understood why they were all stuck here. He said this kind of loop he had lived through once before when he was 10 years old. Back then, he had gone whitewater rafting with his